Well, hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Mike Mandel.
And we have a special guest joining us this week.
Chloe Mandel.
Thank you, Chloe, for joining us all the way from sunny Los Angeles.
Yes.
Or was it raining when you left?
It's sunny here.
No, it was sunny when I left.
Was it sunny when you left? Good.
It sure was.
It's sunny here right now, but it's freezing cold.
Now
sunny
it's so
and freezing.
cold.
That's
It
why
is?
we're going to do another Scotch tasting this week. Thank you, Chloe, for being here.
You're welcome.
And you want to preview what we're going to see?
Well, we're going to look at a couple of scotches. We're going to taste these high-end scotches here in a minute. Before we do that, we're going to take a quick peek. You know, every time I do this show,
You get your hair.
I take a pit stop at Gents Hair Spa for Men.
I wouldn't call it a pit stop.
And I go
That's
in.
Implications.
A team goes to work on me to make me TV ready.
This is a team of
Look
people.
at this hair. This is
This
the
hair is.
hair of
And,
a...
Couldn't look like this without.
That's true. And maybe there's a little too much product. But anyway, Lita Lujan does the best she can on me. You know, I thank her for that. And I want to just show a little bit of what takes place over there at Gents Hair Spa for
men
Men.
don't usually get babied in the barber. They just get their haircut. But Mark is getting babied. So here is Mark entering the thing.
Well, that's kind of-
Let's open it up and take a look, because that's what the place looks like.
Okay, are
Sound,
you trying to
sound.
be Joe Cool today? Or
Here I go. You don't want to see me without them. I had a very good run.
Can you keep your sunglasses on?
I got
Keeps
that
the water
on
from
mine.
splashing in my eyes.
No, give it an excuse.
close your eyes, close your eyes.
Those bags.
And open your mouth.
Not the eyes, the backs.
You got that?
No, you can't. Well, this helps.
That's nice.
Hot towel.
Oh,
Yeah.
that feels great.
And
Can you attach that
There's a
permanently?
little aromatherapy
Keep 'em-
on me too. Watch
Keep
this.
that on forever. Oh my god! Oh my
Doesn't
gosh!
Breathe in.
I get aromatherapy.
Something like that. It's not that aroma. It's something else.
Come in for a close one. Come in for a close one. Say something.
Now today we didn't get a haircut because I didn't need a
I
haircut.
can hear you.
Oh, it's just a wash and a,
What do you want to
and a
say?
style more,
Yeah, there.
so to speak.
Okay, now this is where Lita makes me TV ready. I walked in radio ready.
Oh,
She's gonna make me TV ready.
why am I taking this picture of you then? You're
Before
just not ready.
and
You're just
after.
not ready. Okay, we'll see after. We'll just
So-
we'll take a commercial
I don't
break.
think I'm even radio
Here's Lita.
for this one.
Where is she?
So she
Where
gives you a
is
shave
is-
every
Where
week.
is she?
This is the old-fashioned way of shaving people with an actual blade.
It's
It's classic. It's
also state of the art.
it's Sweeney Todd art. Yes, yes.
The demon.
Where
the demon.
where do you flush the people here after you kill them? Are
down
they
the
just
toilet?
down the toilet?
Yes, I grab the order, down they go.
Oh, so it goes. You're using the municipal sanitation.
Yes. For sanitation patient purposes, I have to use a disposable light.
Just like the,
I don't know if I could take this. What if if something happens? Then
you'll be there for it.
that's a good shot. 'cause
Use
I
it for
have the
insurance
earrings.
purposes.
This is actually a great shot because Lita is in the mirror,
Oh.
yet she's still shaving you.
Take it toward the camera and go like this. with
Is that it? So you didn't get your haircut?
I'm TV ready. It still has to dry a little bit.
Oh, are you gonna?
And when it does, it'll be the real me.
Yes, and we don't dry it completely because then we don't know what's going to happen with it.
Oh.
It may pop out. So we pack it and we spray it and then it dries and then he
It relaxes. Then it'll do a little thingy to it.
and he'll take care of it there. 'Cause
You're gonna give him that much responsibility?
yes.
No, no.
I'm afraid so.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh look! Mark's doing something himself. He's soaking his own hand.
Okay, that's all.
That's it. Now she's getting ready.
It's not big enough for me.
How do you do that, Mark? How did you learn how to soak
It's not
your hand
big enough for
yourself?
me to soak my hand. Luckily.
Well, here he soaked your head. I can see that it's still drying.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, here's it.
Oh.
Oh. And this is the famous arm wrestling part of the procedure. I think Mark is losing because he's got...
That was cute.
There they are. Neither of them killed each other.
A girl.
Yes. And thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for supporting our show.
Thank you for your advertisement.
She's been doing me now for a year.
You'd support a
It's gonna be
show...
our second Christmas.
Second Christmas?
We've been
Wow.
together. Yes.
You'd support the show a lot more if you just kept him here and didn't let him go do the show. It would save a lot.
Why?
Why you? I oughta.
I would drink to that. That was good.
I will. What are we drinking, Michael?
Well, we have to thank Lita, but we're doing a Glenmorangie single malt. I've had this bottle a while. This is a 10-year-old. My friend Jim Brustman sent this to me prior. We trade gifts on Christmas. This is an 18-year-old, which is really special.
Well,
but we're going to start with the 10-year-old.
Original. We're gonna start.
This
with
is the original, and
Okay.
Slanja.
Slanja, as they say in Scotland and Ireland. Worth every year.
Tasty.
Down
It's
the
only
hatch.
10 years. What you can do with the rest of that? Chloe?
Oh,
Give it a
well,
mark. Give it a mark.
What do you think of it, Chloe?
No, it's gonna warm me up.
Now, you're,
Yeah.
you're an LA scenester. Don't you drink these kind of things when you go out clubbing?
No.
No. The answer to that is no.
This has a good flavor. It's light. It doesn't have that really big Scotch bite that you usually get kicked back on.
That's not what she thinks.
Remember,
He can attest to my alcohol phase. I can't control this.
Your alcohol face.
she
It's a
she
phase.
prefers the 5% beers to the.
I like
this-
a
this
good
is a-
draft.
It's a 40.
It's a
beer.
good 40%
I like
of.
a
Hefeweizen.
Belgian farm ale, perhaps.
Oh, look,
a
there's a
saison.
nice picture. A saison.
Saison.
Maybe a
So-
nice Chablis.
Glenmorangie is this is a light flavor, right? It's not really heavy.
No, it's not. It's good to sip as is. You really wouldn't want to mix it with anything. That kind of would blow the whole reason.
It does have a very complex flavor,
One ice cube, though, would not be a bad thing.
except it's so cold in this room, it doesn't matter.
We can't see our breath, can we?
No, because it just falls right down to the floor. There's a big pile of slush under our feet.
From breathing.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll knock this off. We'll do the 18-year-old
Do you want to try
after.
this one? Oh,
We'll do this
Should
after.
we do it after? We'll do
After
it
our break, we'll come back.
Yes.
Now, you know,
News.
we had a big snowstorm. I guess that's the biggest thing in the news these days. And
It's not like trees fell.
trees fell.
Oh, trees fell?
Bushes down.
I lost a tree. And I was going to show footage of that.
But you couldn't do
But
it.
we had technical problems that prevented us from doing that.
Those of you
Hopefully
who
next
have
week.
your own trees that fell, go out and look at them. They'll be like Mark's tree.
Come over to my house. I'll be happy to show it to
Yes.
you. In fact, if anybody's got a chainsaw, you're welcome to come over and cut it up into fireplace pieces.
What kind of tree is it?
And for doing the work, it's a elm.
Wooden.
Elm.
Wooden.
Elm.
Elm? That's
Make
pretty
good
good.
firewood. So if you cut it up, you can take it home for free and have firewood.
Make furniture.
That's my exchange to you if you have a chainsaw.
A little heartburn from the
It's about
Scotch?
It's about this big around, the trunk.
Are you steering a TV show?
So it definitely needs a chainsaw. You'd be there all day with a handsaw.
So lots of things happened because of snow. We missed our friend's party. Sorry, the Henners,
did
that
the
we
party
couldn't.
even happen?
The party happened. There
couldn't
were
drive
12
across town?
people. Man, in
It
front
was
of our
pretty
house,
slushy.
it was coming down so heavily. It was scary. The flakes started out
They were giant, weren't they?
this big that you'd go outside, you'd be pelted. It'd be like getting a snowball in your face, and it didn't stop. So everybody who lived in my side of town didn't go. Maybe other people did because they didn't know how bad it was by us. So we're sorry we didn't go, Dave.
Well, it couldn't be helped.
How about right now, after this? We'll go.
And you know, they even got it worse up in Clovis, parts of northeastern New Mexico.
Yes.
They got like 20-inch drifts or 20-foot drifts. They
Texas got it pretty
several
bad.
feet. Texas got it very bad.
People
Oklahoma.
got stuck in incredible amounts of snow. This is why you should always carry Scotch in your car, you know, in the trunk.
'Cause
In
it
the
gets-
trunk, so the cops can't say you have an open bottle
That's
of.
well, then how do you get to it if you're stuck in your car?
You crawl in through that door that goes into your.
You saw what happened to
trunk.
that couple up in Clovis.
Yes,
They got
that was-
caught in the snowdrift. They sat there for 25 hours.
And it was 15 degrees.
Yes, they had to shiver
They
all
had a
night long.
thin blanket. They made a couple of babies that night. So Well,
A
you got
couple?
Yeah, you can make it. Because
Is
if you
that
do
cold?
if you do
I
it
don't
more
know.
than once, Chloe, you don't know those things about sex yet because you're
I
still
don't
young.
know what
She's
you're
a
talking
young thing.
about.
Michael, we'll talk later. Now,
I thought it was done. That's
So-
how you get twins.
we had a great storm. I think that's our storm for the year. I don't think it's going to get any worse.
We hope it was pretty cold.
Done.
It's done.
One of my
Over.
pipes broke.
Yeah,
Sort of,
oh.
not really. It was a
Did you go
leak.
see a surgeon?
Yes, and I went to a flute doctor. The divider, which kept the water from coming out of the faucet, which had a little drip prior, cracked, and then the faucet was just spraying, and I, in the process, stepped on a rake and hit my
In the
lip.
process of going to the pipe to fix
Helping
the
to
pipe,
fix it, I
and you
did that.
stepped on
I
a
was
rake,
bleeding like
in
crazy.
a cartoon, and it hit you in the
Yes.
face.
Sounds just like that Simpsons
it-
episode, right?
Right,
Stepping
but
on the rake.
this is a
Don't.
really important lesson. Life is not a cartoon. You can't just get hit in the face with a rake and walk away unscathed. You
That's
had
true.
a huge wound
This is
in
why
your face.
I don't do wrestling for
You
that
can't-
reason. Nor those
Can't
things
you
that
live
people
your
do.
life like a cartoon.
You know how they go on their skateboard and then they go over something and they miss it and they fall on their
Yes.
back. Oh, that's going to hurt eventually,
Hey.
like right away.
I was
a
going to
whole
get you a
bunch of people are
hoverboard.
gonna.
Yeah. What is a hoverboard, Mark?
Ooh, there's a hoverboard you can get now.
I saw
What's
Mike
a
Tyson
hoverboard?
fell off it.
Here's the story.
I know the story.
Arca Space Corps from Las Cruces has invented a hoverboard. I don't think we have a picture of that because it's. If you could picture
like a giant-
a 2x4 box floating on a foot of
Well,
air.
this actually hovers in the air.
It just hovers, but it goes 12 and a half miles per hour, but you can't get too far because it only flies 3 to 6 minutes.
With a 35-minute charge.
Well, like a
But like going 1 foot above ground.
I know, that's
going
pretty cool.
12 miles
And
an
it's
hour.
just beginning, so hoverboards, we have those things like the
Well,
Segway
Those
and
are
those.
horrible.
yeah, the first electric car probably didn't go very far at first.
The first Kitty Hawk didn't go more
That's
than
right.
120 feet.
That's right. And look where we are now. You can fly to
LA.
LA.
Hoverboard is not the end. It's like just the
beginning.
beginning. of
Just as
something
the spaceport
That's
over
else.
by Tiercy
Is the end.
is the beginning.
I think it's the
It's
end,
nowhere.
folks. I'm sorry about that.
Somebody forgot about it.
Did Branson pull out? Or
Well, it hasn't pulled
we
in.
don't know, we don't know. Oh, do we have
That's
to,
another
do we have to do
story.
more news?
Well, being down here in the Southwest, we're right next to Mexico. And we all heard about the kid, Ethan
First I
Couch,
heard about that.
who
Ethan Couch.
he got drunk, he jumped in a car and drove and crashed into a car full of people, killed 4 of them. Now, instead of going to prison,
He was drunk. He was
he was
drunk.
drunk, he admitted it, they proved it. He killed 4 people in the process. But he's got one heck of a lawyer.
And what
Because
was his plea?
They invented a
Disease.
disease, if you
Yes.
want to call it, called affluenza, because he came from an affluent family.
You sneeze dollar bills
and
is what happens.
and because his parents were so rich, they didn't pay attention to him. They didn't teach him how right from wrong. So he didn't know he shouldn't
not
drive
his
drunk.
fault.
So he crashed and he killed. So he didn't. All he got was probation.
But when you think about it, the guy not only did he lead a life of ease, his name was Couch. So I mean, he was meant for lying
He had a
around and not
comfortable
doing
life.
anything. So if your name is Couch, you're going to be, an affluenza
What's his
victim.
middle name? Potato.
Yeah, Couch Potato.
But anyway, so all he had was probation. Yet his mother convinced him that it'd be a good idea to flee to Mexico.
It's always a good idea to flee to Mexico,
So they-
especially when it's cold.
So they fled to Mexico. When all he had to do was several years of probation for killing 4 people.
That's
Now he flees, he breaks his parole, goes to Mexico, and they drove the pickup truck.
And the mom is also going to be indicted for some kind of
While
something.
harboring a fugitive.
Yes, and escaping. So
Yeah.
they're in big trouble.
Tanya.
And we are ready to take a break, so we could we'll be going to Mexico. We'll be right back after this word from our many sponsors.
Right.
But
And
we won't be breaking parole.
No, we
No.
won't break parole.
No,
And we'll come back and we'll be drinking Jim Scotch.
then we're going to go shopping for couches.
This is an important announcement for anyone prescribed the blood thinner medication Xarelto. If you or a loved one has been hospitalized or died from serious internal bleeding, including bleeding of the brain or gastrointestinal system after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Don't delay. Call the Sentinel Group right now. The blood thinner medication Xarelto has been linked to an increased risk of severe internal bleeding, hemorrhaging, stroke, heart attack, and even death. If you or a loved one experienced severe internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result of taking the blood thinner medication Xarelto, call the Sentinel Group now. Our network of experienced attorneys are ready to help fight for you. You won't pay a thing until your case is settled. Call the Sentinel Group now for a free case evaluation. Don't wait. If you or a loved one has been hospitalized or died after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Call the Sentinel Group right now.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
This is Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen, Michael Mandel, and our
Chloe Mandel.
special. Thank you, Chloe. Our special guest from Los Angeles.
Originally from, well, she did live a long time in Las Cruces.
She did.
This is about the Scotch.
We flew her in
It's about
special.
Scotch. She doesn't like Scotch, which is a good person taste because both Mark and I like Scotch. This is an 18-year-old Glenmorangie,
So
which
it's a-
easily costs 2 or 3 times more than the 10-year-old. I mean, it doesn't go by years. Just-
18 years old, so that makes it legal.
Yes.
So you're saying this is 3 times as complex?
Yes,
As
I
that.
said that. So take a lot of time and think about it. You think about Scotch, you know, it's got flavors galore.
You know what? Compared to Cutty Sark,
She's thinking.
compared to Cutty Sark, it's 5 times more complex.
Well, yes. It's got more flavor than Cutty.
You know, there's a lot more going on
Oh,
here.
man, yes. You
no.
keep it on your
That,
tongue.
that finish?
Finish and beginning. It's got a lot of luxurious, velvety
That's true.
flavor. It's amazing, kind of. Velvety flavor in the beginning. Do you taste some
Folks.
velvet?
Oh yeah, velvet.
Now, you can't buy this in most stores in the Las Cruces area. Probably not even Specs, you think?
Maybe you could. I don't know. But he got it from a place called Casker's, which he doesn't necessarily suggest.
That's online.
He had trouble getting it.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
Jim Brustman didn't like cask.
No, he didn't like Casker's. But you can get it from Bounty Hunter, I bet, and a bunch of the other K&L.
Maybe their own website would have it.
No, their own Glenmorangie. They're in Scotland.
So what?
Get it fresh from Scotland.
Yeah, the internet is
You can get
worldwide
one
these
of my
days.
favorite ones, but it comes. See how good it is. She
loves
made
it.
3 times as much face. That's how complex it was.
The more face, the better it is.
Yes.
I'm here for face
For facial.
reactions.
Yes.
Facial.
She's the face of
expressions.
Channel 98.
In the face of the whiskey tasting.
She's in front of our pool, which is the pool we stayed at last April in
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
It makes no sense
We
that
went
it's
together.
behind you.
It's Palm Springs. It's just like, what do you think?
We can
You're
pretend
on
it's warm.
vacation. When you're
wanna
watching
see.
us drink, it's like you're on vacation.
It's very good.
Look at him.
Oh, he's making.
So,
Our producer just made more face
a
than Chloe
great
did.
Face, yes.
First one's better.
yeah.
I disagree.
He likes things without flavor when it comes to Scotch. Some people are just meant for pina coladas. I don't know. You're a pina colada.
All right, get out of
geek.
here. We got stuff to do.
We have important stuff other than talking about
You've got
Scotch.
important stuff.
We do.
already
You
talked
have,
about.
you have an important gripe, right?
I do have a gripe, and don't worry, you'll
Okay,
hear
we'll
about
get
it.
to that.
Now, first off, I want to mention there was a nice article in Wednesday's Sun News
Yes, not
about
today's.
recycling, and what they mentioned
5
was
things, yes. 6
people
things.
living in Las Cruces get 2 garbage bins, garbage and recycling. The blue one, of course, is for recycling. The brown one is for regular garbage. They recommend when you put your bins out, leave a space of at least 5 feet between them.
5 feet. I used to think it was 6. I've been doing so much extra work.
I said at least
I
5
can take
feet.
it easy now.
Because it's too hard for the truck to get in there if there's.
I know, they're a little drunk too, because any leftover Scotch bottles, they just siphon off.
Right. So when you put your bins out, leave a good space, at least 5 feet between them.
This is 5 feet.
No.
Okay, this times 5 is 5 feet, because I have a perfect vision there.
That's not even a foot.
That's a foot. That's a foot.
That's bad.
Isn't that what you tell your girlfriend?
I don't know what size your shoe is.
Anyway, okay, that, and also when you put your stuff, your garbage should be bagged, your recycling should
not be bagged.
Because they just, they throw this junk out on a conveyor belt in El Paso, and people just pick through it, or and throw it into the bin.
Yeah, when you recycle cardboard, don't throw in a pizza box with chunks of pizza still hanging on it.
Or don't throw in a pizza box, because they're all full of oil anyway.
Now, when I lived in LA, in Santa Monica.
Did you live in LA too?
I'm
sitting next to two people.
When you go to LA,
LAist.
Santa Monica, they had you had 4 recycling bins you had to set out: paper and cardboard, glass,
makeup,
cans.
Much more streamlined now.
And what was the fourth? The gas, papers, glass,
paper,
and
glass,
makeup,
cardboard,
face makeup,
cans,
and old scripts,
and dead bodies.
Well, now you just have recycling, and you have trash, and you have organic waste, which is like tree scrappings and.
Well, we call that trash here.
Right, but Santa Monica is more
see,
progressive.
That's kinda nice, yeah.
And, so it's good. I recycle. If you want to recycle glass here, you have to actually take it to the place, which
That's
I did
right.
yesterday.
You have to drive.
Don't throw your glass
Make
bottles
the
away.
effort. You should make
You
the
should make the effort.
and
A lot of
recycle.
people don't care. You say, does it cost me more in gas than it costs to recycle? And you go, well, yes, it might do that, but then again, you're not filling up the land with the
people
landfill.
who recycle in like California, you also get deposits for cans and bottles.
We don't get that here.
And you don't get that in New Mexico. Yeah,
No.
you get money back. Same with most
here.
places in New England.
That's how
You get deposits
Right.
back, and you can just like carry around big bags of cans and
Right.
bottles.
Well, what's
after
good
your
here, this is why you should
times
recycle your glass, because first of all, they say by doing crosswords, you have 35% less chance of getting Alzheimer's. Doing the recycling of glass also stops that, because you have to break it down into blue glass, amber glass, green glass, and clear glass. So that will help you keep from getting
That's right.
Alzheimer's or senile dementia, which if you already have, you're probably watching
Or
the show.
there was an article in the paper this week. A couple of drinks a day helps keep Alzheimer's
That's
away.
true.
Did you see that article?
Yes,
What kind of
75%.
Any kind.
Any kind of drinks?
Yes,
Yes.
3 to 5, like Scotch or wine. Our friend
Yes.
Peter is limited to 2 glasses of anything a day. Not glasses, but drinks a day. You know, when you say drinks, it means like about an ounce and a half of hard liquor, about a 6-ounce thing of wine, a 12-ounce can of beer.
So you get 2 of those a day. So if 2 are good for you, 4 must
4
be
has to be
great.
better. Yes.
So, but you don't want to get to Alzheimer's so bad you forget to have your cocktail.
Oh, I would never forget that.
Oh, nurse.
Oh, okay, where are we going next? Oh,
So-
you're pissed. Oh, is this your gripe?
well-
Are you griping?
Speaking of
Tell
garbage.
Tell it how it is.
Speaking of garbage, the Las Cruces Sun News has a reader's choice. Who's the best? You decide. This is their marketing thing, so that they can then sell advertising to the winners in each category later
We'll buy
on.
advertising. They list us.
And one of the
God bless
categories here, they have restaurants, they have services, food,
Let's talk
drink.
about the radio hosts,
They have best radio host or DJ.
but they don't have TV hosts.
Nowhere do I see best TV host.
You know,
but
we've
best
Where's
been-
TV
that
show.
category?
We've been the #1 TV co-hosts here for
4 years.
4 years.
4 years,
Right
guys.
now,
Nobody has to vote. We vote ourselves.
last year on this show,
Tri-hosts,
when this came out,
co-hosts.
I'm not on this.
we
Special
called
guest.
the Sun News and we spoke to the person in charge of this and said, why don't you have television hosts? Because we've done over 1,000 hours of television programming here on the
It
Las
just
Cruces
feels
channel.
like 1,000 hours.
And what did that person tell you? Did they know that there was
No,
a
they
Las
said-
Cruces
they
digital
said-
cable channel?
They said wrong number. Sorry.
The number you have dialed.
Did they even know?
So
Okay.
they said,
Not open. Come Black Friday.
okay, well, they knew that they were on the air, so they
So
couldn't say
it
much.
turns out I do know the new editors that live here because I met them while having cocktails.
Well, then.
I will have to talk to them.
Your mission, if you choose to.
Write that wrong.
So, folks, if you get this, write us in.
Write us in.
Just write in.
Top TV hosts.
Oh,
TV
there's
hosts.
still time. There's
Mark-
still
Yes.
time.
You have to turn this
Write it in.
to the Sun News. You write Mark and Michael, Double Talk TV, the Las Cruces channel.
I will drink to that again, unless
There
you
you
don't
go.
want to finish
Write
yours.
us in.
I finished mine.
Oh, I'll have a little bit more. What else are we talking about?
Oh, but the deadline is the 31st, so they'll never see this in time.
What day was that from?
Oh man, deadline too late.
See, we do this
If
show.
you're
We're
watching
doing this
this-
show before New Year's. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Just that you know, what's this next picture?
Oh well,
Is that the
WIPP
whip?
worker.
that's thumbs down to the Sun News.
Oh,
Oh.
thumbs down to Sun News.
That doesn't look like a
Yes.
thumb. It looks like a,
Dislike.
looks like a middle finger.
No, that's
Oh, I see.
Dislike.
I'm looking at it wrong.
What
that's
about
that's an opposing
what
thumb.
else?
What else do you want to talk about here? We have the whip. Somebody, what is that?
You know what the WIP is?
Yeah,
The waste
waste
isolation
Project.
processing plant. That's where all the nuclear waste from all over the country goes. It's low-level nuclear waste, allegedly.
Low level?
Just outside of Carlsbad. And, you know, they had problems earlier this year. They had a big leak. They had a fire in there. Nuclear,
Waste is there, and
Well-
a guy was found dead. But
Where was he found dead?
in the processing
plant.
place.
Oh, that's
Someplace.
scary.
So, but the thing is, the guy's 60. That's pretty old. He would probably just die just because he's 60, right?
No.
Isn't 60 when you just walk around and die?
I hope
If you can
not.
still walk.
You guys are still kicking.
you know,
Oh, he's barely 60.
what?
He barely scraped it with his
as
nose.
if.
Can we just talk about
yes. What
the
do you want
fact
to-
that senior citizen discounts are ageist?
That's true. But
I'm
you know
really
what?
gonna
Tough luck,
put my
kid.
foot down about
It's
that.
kind of ageist to be young because you could lift heavy objects without worrying about
It's
your
like,
back
I mean,
falling
you have
out.
to be a student or a senior to get a discount.
That's right.
That's
You're in
ageist.
that weird period of time. You know, if you're lucky
Yes.
enough, you'll be one day.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm
you
going to
could
work
say
really
social,
hard for my
social
senior
security.
discount.
Social
That's right.
security is ageist.
You
Yeah,
can join the
exactly.
AARP when you're 50.
Exactly.
Oh, did you want to talk about the
Blatant
effects
ageism.
of, you know, there's a lot of things that happened all this year. We're not going to talk about them on this show because we need something to talk about on next week's show.
Well, look, that's here's a
What is that?
That's a
Oh,
shot
that's
of LA.
LA. The two
LA
of you
at night.
recognize it.
Los Angeles.
So
That's Fifth Avenue in New York.
your views on LA? Go.
Great.
She loves
Weird city. He's
Where do
going
you
to
live?
talk for
Where,
me.
where do you live?
You live downtown,
I
right?
live in downtown Los Angeles.
You ever go to Al's Bar?
That's not a thing.
Is Al's Bar still open?
Nope.
Oh, darn. I used to do plays there. That was the greatest bar in downtown ever.
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's many great
Everything
things.
changes like
Me and Tim
every
Robbins
5
used
years.
to do plays down there. I know.
You and Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tim
Well,
Robbins.
here's to you and
He's
Tim Robbins.
famous.
And
And
we're
Robert
gonna have to-
Patrick.
To
Oh, Robert Patrick.
2016.
2016, Slangeva,
I'm
which
done.
means health.
Slangeva.
We're out.
Let's hope that the next year lives up to its potential.
Cheers.
And I guess we are out.
Good job, guys. Way to make a show.
Thanks. See how easy that was?
That's how we do it.
Oh, it's like, you know, all that rehearsal paid off. I know it took a long time to rehearse, but we
Do you want
did.
me to reenact
Look, Mark Steffen is.
my part where I was on the news?
Oh, yeah, say it.
Chloe was on
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
What are you doing here at this
They
airport?
were like, why are you at the airport? Or why are you flying on Christmas Eve?
Cheap, because that's when the planes.
The tickets are cheap and I don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
That's what happened.